Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Snap. Beginning the day at rank 87 and 9 cubes. I fell from 91 down to 87 where I am now. And we're gonna play a Zabu Dino deck. Do have She-Hulk, that's my only pool 4 card, and I don't have any pool 5 cards. The Mighty Thor deck seems to have topped out in the high 80s or low 90s. In my opinion, it's probably not possible for it to go further without a ton of grinding. So I'm going to try something else. I don't know if I have anything, given my current collection level, that'll get me through the 90s in a relatively timely manner. But we'll try some decks out and see what happens. The meta's in a rough spot right now. It is 100% pay to win in Pool 3 at the moment, especially after the Arrow and Leader nerfs. My opponent's playing a movement deck, it looks like, and he burned his cloak early. So we're both going for kill him pretty hard. So I can clone She-Hulk here, it's probably my best play. Pass on turn 5 and then double She-Hulk, along with like White Queen or Enchantress on turn 6. But I really have no idea what my opponent's playing. I don't want a Zabu here. She-Hulk will only be discounted down to 4. So I'll just pass. See what the opponent plays. Okay, so if he plays Null, I probably lose. If he plays something like, what would he play? Probably America Chavez and Death for 21 power. It'll be a 28. No, 21 power would be 23, so I can beat that. He has initiative, which is interesting. Should I consider Enchantress? I don't think so. Let's go with this. Got Death. Sabretooth. Okay, I'm fine. Always great to beat Galactus. I did not snap there because if he had Null, I would lose. But I can't put him on Null because not a lot of players have Galactus and Null. Combination of those two cards costs $500 unless you get them out of a collector's cache, which is very unlikely. Well, $450 roughly. Which is what I'm talking about with pay to win, because there are players running around with Galactus and Null, and I have to assume they bought one or more of them. It's fine for a card game to be pay to win, as long as they're not claiming otherwise. Which I believe this game does. It is very free-to-play friendly in Pool 1 and 2, and extremely un-free-to-play friendly in Pool 3. This just in. Thinking about playing Sunspot to miniaturize Lab, actually. Do I want to play Brood here? Sure. If I didn't, then I could play She-Hulk next turn. I think Brood is better. Now it's going to be Zabu. Rock Slide. Well, I don't know what he's playing now. Let's see. Next round we'll likely play Dino at Miniaturized Lab. His highest cost was Wong. Now I wish I hadn't played Lizard at Kunlun. But I don't think just Shang-Chi or Enchantress would be enough there, really. Shang-Chi, just for the points. All good. I don't think I played that game very well, but I won anyway, just because Zabu is OP. In hindsight, I probably should have played Dino on 5 and She-Hulk on 6. Okay. This looks like a Moon Girl She-Hulk game. Moon Girl 4, pass turn 5, She-Hulk, She-Hulk turn 6, along with something else. Facing a Death Destruction deck. Oh, well that's great. I don't have anywhere to play this now. And that's going to be something my opponent likes. This looks like a 1-cube loss. Though maybe my opponent wasn't happy about that either. It did kill his Nova prematurely. Let's go ahead and Moon Girl. Now, is it better to Dino or pass and then Dino She-Hulk? Well, if I had Sunspot out already, I think it'd be better to pass here, but Dino She-Hulk or pass and then She-Hulk, She-Hulk, Enchantress or Sunspot. That would be 24. Dino She-Hulk would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 25, 23. It's roughly the same. Which is more vulnerable to Shang-Chi? Which is more of a surprise? Passing is more of a surprise. So let's do that. That's interesting. It's just going to come down to points either way. I'm down by 7. Can I make up the difference? Looks like I can. Win on differential. Either line was fine, I think. This line just left me less vulnerable to Shang-Chi. Or Enchantress. I don't think I'll be able to make use of that extra energy, so it'll go into Sunspot. Staying away from Nidavellir to avoid Shang-Chi vulnerability. Okay, well, I'll play a rock there for +5 power. I'll go ahead and Enchantress Nidavellir. Take out the Ant-Man there. This looks like a zoo deck. It's the Zero Dracula zoo deck with Infinite. Well, all I have is Shang-Chi Rock. I'll be at 11 to his 4, up by 4, up by 5. Okay, I wasn't really liking my chances there, but that is fine. Start with Scorpion, and I got Zabu, Moon Girl. Looks good. Looks less good now. I would have probably snapped before playing Zabu if it wasn't for that. I'm still in decent shape. I have double crossbones if I can be winning in some lanes. Replace the decks again, and I got another Zabu. Well, I guess I have to play that. Magic that I can't play. Sure. Quinjet is very good for District X. This looks like a 1 cube loss to me. try for a more fire roll. It really could copy anything, given that this is a District X game. I'm not going to be able to play Crossbones, though, so this play really isn't that good, unless I really high roll here. Nope. There is no way this is a win. My best play is like... It's turn 6. I'm trying to get into the habit of retreating later on turn 6. Even though it costs a little time. I've never actually pressed retreat later and had the opponent retreat also. Nonetheless, even if it just saves one cube from time to time, it's probably worth doing. Bifrost will go off first, so it'll move this away from Hala. Weave. Interesting. I'd love to draw Moon Girl here. Play the Dino in this spot. These Death Destruction decks don't usually play Shang-Chi. And I'd like to draw Moon Girl on 5 to be able to play more 4-drops. Although, how would I? Unless I'm winning lanes, so... Let's play it to the Bifrost. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the total power of Null if he played it. Play Crossbones while I can.
Spider-Man here.
Can he play 17 power here? How many cards were destroyed? It was like 4. So I don't think he can play Death and Chavez. We'll go to Showdown. If he snaps, I'll know I'm in trouble. Okay. Man, Galactus Spider-Man. That's a fun deck to play against. Gotta pay a lot of money in order to unleash that on your fellow players. Unless you get real lucky and draw Galactus from a cache. And there will be a few players that have drawn Galactus from a cache, but probably most of these players that have him spent the $225 to get him. Which I don't have any objection to. The only thing I object to is the game marketing itself is free to play. When, at the moment at least, it is very not friendly to free-to-play players. Or even players who just buy the Battle Pass like me. Shang-Chi can deal with the Sunspot later. Let's go White Queen, Scorpion. I'll give him a Scorpion. I don't care too much about that. I want to save my counter cards Enchantress and Shang-Chi for later, for turn 6 preferably. See what the opponent has here. Oh, okay, Infinite. Means he's probably playing Dracula. There's Moon Girl, but it doesn't do me a lot of good here. It's a turn too late. So just drop Dino. That's not great.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
So, my play here is Shang-Chi. What could Jubilee pull? I already have Dino and She-Hulk, so probably not much. Enchantress, Moon Girl. He's got initiative, so if he plays anything big to Nidavellir, Shang-Chi will take it out. Does he have his own Shang-Chi? He may. But we'll show down for 2 cubes. Dracula, sure. Scorpion. Not vulnerable to Shang-Chi. See what he gets from Dracula. Not enough. I do have Spider-Man myself. Should it be in this deck? What would I swap out for Spider-Man? Maybe Lizard? Lizard for Spider-Man? I think I probably should try that. Spider-Man is such a toxic card, but it is really good. So we'll play it. See how it does in the deck. This relies even more on drawing Zabu than I was before. Let's Spider-Man it up. I may end up throwing away Sunspot to Vormir, we'll see. Moon Girl. Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw away Sunspot. So I'll double She-Hulk, Dino, and Crossbones here. Okay, it's a Surfer deck. Not too scared of Shang-Chi. They don't usually play those in Surfer decks. If I was more ahead in tempo, my best play here might be pass and then She-Hulk, She-Hulk, Crossbones, Crossbones. But I'm only ahead at 1 lane, so I think it's just Dino and hope for the best. He hasn't played Sarah. So I'm probably okay here, but let's see. Does he have... So I would be at 15 at Ruins, and if he had Brood and then... Or no, he already played Brood. What could he have? Maximus, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He'd be at 19. Yeah, I would lose. So whatever his snap play was there, I couldn't beat. I'm not sure I played this game well. What else could I have done? Yeah, I'm not sure actually. Crossbones is a card. Questionable card to play in the deck. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's useless. But he was snapping there even though he knew that I was going to play another Dino, and therefore he knew he could beat it. So for me to continue would be foolish. Anytime your opponent knows what's in your hand and they snap, or knows your best play in your hand and they snap, you're beat. Always. If they know what's in your hand but they don't know your best play, you could still take them, but my opponent in that spot knew my best play. Which was Dino, and he snapped, so he could beat it. He's never bluffing there. Very vulnerable to Killmonger here. These collector Dino decks don't usually play it. Cloning Vats is very good for Quinjet. Let's go Moon Girl. And with sunspots on the table, I'll probably pass on turn 5. Double Angela. Interesting. And then I'll have She-Hulk Dino or She-Hulk White Queen. She-Hulk White Queen is more power. Interesting. Or is it just She-Hulk, and then put power into Sunspot? I think that's the play. I think I'm more worried about cloning Vats than I am about Vibranium Mines. This does pressure all the lanes. Let's do it. Okay, no problem.
Who they dig up this time?
Victory.
Wonder if my opponent would have called a snap. It's an off-meta deck. He may be at infinite already and just trying stuff out. May have called a snap. Probably caught crossbones on turn 3. Invisible woman. Okay, so he's playing the Hella deck. Sure. Well, maybe Spider-Man is best saved for turn 5. He's got death. This seems to be going quite well. If I snap, I probably just scare my opponent off, though. Let's try it anyway. His name's pretty generic, maybe a bot. Nope, not a bot. Unless he's one of the advanced bots that knows how to retreat. Too bad. If he was one of the advanced bots, maybe I should have snapped before locking in my play, because I think the advanced bots can see your play. At least that's the rumor. Ah, TVA. My hand's pretty good for TVA. Scorpion, Zabu, Crossbones, White Queen should be good. Unless my opponent's playing Zabu as well.
Breaking news.
He's playing Dino. He copied the Widow's Bite? That is crazy unlucky. You have my sympathies, friend. Alright, pressure all the lanes. They'll almost always run away if you snap in a TVA game. Don't have a turn 3 play at the moment. Okay. Probably should Enchantress here. Enchantress, Dino, She-Hulk, that's what this hand says to me. Or possibly Enchantress, Leech. Is it Leech here? I think that's my only chance to win.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
It's a 16 power play, so I'll be at 18 to 11 and 4. Plus 7 plus 4. Nah, my opponent will just play something to the hub and I'll lose. Should have just snapped when he had Zabu and or I should have just retreated when he snapped because he had Zabu and I didn't. And the meta at the moment revolves around who has Zabu and who doesn't. Which is great if you're trying to sell Zabu. But not so fun to play. Unfortunately, if you're watching this video and you do want to be like, if you want to climb to infinite, I'm loath to say it, but you gotta buy Zabu. It sucks, but it is what it is. While he's $10, because once this month is over, he goes up to $225 for a couple of months. He'll be in pool 5, I think. I mean, Silver Surfer is still there, so he's not going to be lowered next month. Black Panther is just getting lowered from a couple of months ago, so Zabu is going to cost $225 for the next couple of months. If you're serious about this game, you got to buy him now. It sucks. I'm not getting a kickback to say that. It just is what it is, given the way that he is dominating the meta. Do I play Sunspot to Nexus here? Allows me to play Crossbones there next round. So he's probably going to Ghost Rider it back there. I'm going to have initiative, so I can't Shang-Chi it. Moon Girl's a turn too late. Should play White Queen. See what my opponent has. Hope he plays something I can Shang-Chi this round.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. Opponent snapped.
Yeah, very clever. So he has Ghost Rider. He'll play that to pull Infinite, then he'll get something else from his hand. I added Spider-Man to my deck, but I haven't seen him come up much. Well, that'll be a good place to stop. So I made some progress with Zabu Dino, though hard to tell how good the deck is. It's certainly not as effective as the Darkhawk variant. I just don't have Darkhawk or any pool 5 cards or any pool 4 cards beyond She-Hulk, who will soon be a pool 3 card. The deck's good though. It's good. Zabu decks all are pretty good in this month, and given that it will encourage players to buy Zabu, I would guess that he is not going anywhere for a while. Though after he gets moved to pool 3, perhaps he will then get nerfed, but that is months away, unfortunately. But anyway, thanks for watching.